Mary Kay, let's talk about this Browns defense, because Damarious Randle, after the game on Friday night against the Bills, said this defense could be dominant. And they were dominant. The first team defense was dominant on Friday night. They forced 4 straight 3-and-outs for A.J. McCarron and the Bills. So the question here is, can this defense actually be dominant like Randle said?
Well, first of all, we always have to take the preseason with a grain of salt. I mean, when you look back at that game, yes, that was great. But once again, they were going against A.J. McCarron, who probably wasn't even going to win the starting job for the Bills this season. So let's just start right there, that a lot of what you see in preseason is fool's gold. However, I will say I've seen some really good things on this defense, and I do think that they have the ability to be a top 5-6 defense this season based on some of the talent that they have.
Top 5 or 6. All right. Well, it starts with the pressure up front, right? Myles Garrett was there's that word again, dominant on Friday. Even though he didn't come up with a sack, he was bringing pressure over and over and over again, and it helps a guy like Larry Ogunjobi get up the middle to make plays. On the other side, Emmanuel Ogbah, it allows him to make plays, and then there's the linebacker. So it really starts with that pressure, which really starts with Myles Garrett collapsing his end.
Yes, he looks like he's ready to have a monster season. Now, the thing that this defense is going to have to do to be a dominant defense, this is vitally important, they've got to punch the ball out and they've got to get interceptions. You can do everything right, and if you're not taking it away, you're not making enough impact on defense. And they did not last year make that impact. So this year in camp, we see it every single day. They're going for the ball. They're attacking the ball. They're trying to punch it out. They're doing anything that they can to get takeaways. And if they can do that, I think that this defense can be dominant this year.
And we haven't seen those takeaways in game action yet, but we have seen them out here on the practice field. We've seen guys come up with interceptions. We've seen forced fumbles. So we're seeing some of that. It just hasn't translated to games yet. And that secondary is remade. Jabril Peppers is playing closer to the line. Damarious Randle. I think he's going to have a good year at free safety. And then you've remade your cornerback position, completely remade your cornerback position.
They really have. There are a lot of really good players, active players, aggressive players on this defense all across the board. And there's other people to watch that we really haven't had a chance to talk about or write about much, although you will be writing about the guy I'm about to mention, Genard Avery. Watch out for Genard Avery. We watch him out here in practice, and he's just this sneaky guy that's going to get pressure, and I think he's going to contribute this season, and I think he's going to be that rusher that they need to sort of come out of nowhere and be a surprise.
Yeah, Genard Avery, one of those 5 linebackers they have right now with Christian Kirksey, Jamie Collins, Joe Schobert, and Michael Kendricks, who has come in and made an impact. When he gets running downhill, we've seen him get to the quarterback. We've seen him make stops in the run game. They've got a lot of options at linebacker.
They really do. And again, you don't want to overreact in preseason to anything on either side of the ball. But I think that there are a lot of players now on this defense that you can hang your hat on. And you mentioned some of them just there. Now, I do think a key will be getting those sacks. I think Myles will get them. I think Emmanuel Ogbah will get them. But they have to come from other places too. And they've got to find other guys that can get to the quarterback.
All right, so the Browns hoping their defense can live up to the hype that Damarious Randle gave it on Friday night. We're going to get a good look at it Thursday night when they're on the field for a long time against a very good Philadelphia offense. We'll have coverage of today at camp and, of course, that game at cleveland.com/Browns.